Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am testing out a new microphone right now. Hopefully it's loud enough. But today we got Canadian tourism. The U.S. drops dramatically amid Trump's harsh rhetoric. And this is from PBS NewsHour. Original link will be in the description. So with that being said, we're smoking on my dragons. Divine, righteous, almighty, greats, overachieving, never slacking. And we're going to go ahead and get right to it. Here we go.
More Canadians come to America than tourists from any other country. Last year, Canadians made over 20 million visits to the U.S. and spent more than $20 billion here. But this year, many are not coming to America, as I saw firsthand on a recent trip to Vermont, right near the Canadian border.
In a normal summer, the Kingdom trails in Vermont's Northeast Kingdom, near the Quebec border, would be teeming with Canadian bikers. But Executive Director Abby Long says this season has been a rough ride.
We have seen a 50% decline in our Canadian members.
25 miles away at Hill Farms.
Let me just say, is that a surprise to anybody? Is it really?
Dead Brewery, business is off by a third.
We just had a large festival last weekend, and 50 or 60 of the ticket holders just did not come.
Last year, 20 million Canadians visited the U.S. That's over a quarter of all the tourists who come here. But in June, car crossings to America dropped by 33%. That's the sixth consecutive month of decline. Air travel has also plummeted. So why are Canadians staying away?
Frankly, Canada should be the 51st state.
Most offensive to northern neighbors like...
Right there. Once he said that, I'm pretty sure a bunch of Canadians were so pissed off. They were like, we're good. I don't want to deal with America. And I wouldn't even say most of them was pissed off right there. I think they didn't get the reaction they wanted from enough Americans, and that eventually just made them go, you know what? We are good.
Julie Morrison has been President Trump's rhetoric.
This threat of annexation by, this very powerful militarized ally, we took it very, very seriously. And honestly, it's frightening.
Morrison has happy memories of her many American vacations, but now she's staying home.
We don't have a lot of tools. And, well, tourism is one of the tools that we have.
I feel that I've been slapped across the face by this president.
Quebecer Harold White has vacationed in Maine for the last 6 decades. This year, he canceled his annual trip.
And I have many U.S. friends, American friends, that I will not be seeing in person for a while because of this. But that's c'est la vie, as we say here in Quebec.
Jay Peak is a mountain resort just a few miles south of the border. In wintertime, typically half their season pass holders are Canadian, most of them French-speaking Quebecois. That's clear even in summertime.
The signage that we have here is mostly all bilingual.
General Manager Steve Wright has proof
I have the maple leaf here.
That the bonds here run deep.
My dad is Canadian.
Literally in your blood.
Big
Look at that, y'all. He has a whole tattoo to represent Canada. His dad's Canadian, so this ally it's been deep. It's been deep. It definitely hurts a lot of people on both sides for this connection and this beef that's been going on.
connection, not just the dollars and the cents, but the DNA.
Even so, as the ski season wound down here and it came time to renew, many longtime Canadian season pass holders said no.
We are 30 to 35% off.
And you're sure that this is overall their antipathy to what's coming out of the White House?
Well, yeah, as much as I guess you can be sure of anything. I called 100 households myself, Canadian households who had purchased season passes last year by this point, who have not yet purchased.
You called them directly?
I called them directly, personally. I got through to probably 70% of them. And to a household, they referred back to the 51st state narrative as being emblematic of the reason that they're not coming.
Other areas of the resort have also been hit.
We've already seen 30% of our Canadian golf groups cancel. We do 42 weeks worth of hockey tournaments. We're expecting that business to be off upwards of 40% by the end of the year.
Tourism across this northern part of Vermont is dependent on Canadians, yet they are nowhere to be found.
Normally, the Vermont highways in summertime are full of cars with Canadian license plates. Here we are in summer on the road. We haven't seen any.
Their absence affects even non-tourism businesses.
What's devastating is when they come, there's an economic impact to our community. Towns will benefit
Sure, because they
positively.
eat and shop and sleep and...
Gallons of maple syrup.
At Hill Farmstead Brewery, the Canadian beer enthusiasts who have come this year have spent less.
The tariff situation means that someone buying beer from us, just coming for the day, they'll pay not just the provincial tax, but they will now pay a 25% additional tariff. They're paying 43% above cost to bring beer back. And that
your beer is delicious, but I'm sorry, that might be a real deterrent.
It is a real deterrent.
And it's not just Americans who are feeling the pinch. Just steps across the U.S.-Canada border in Quebec, Philippe Bachon's duty-free shop should be bustling this time of year.
But right now, it's very disappointing.
Bachon says Canadian business is down close to 50%. For now, he's squeaking by.
We did not lay off anybody, but we need to be careful in ordering and all that.
But smaller duty-free shops along the border are on the brink.
4 to 6 stores are planning to. If it's going on, they will close by fall.
To close for good?
Yeah, after 30, 40 years of existing. We're here on the border with our little white flag, and it's not because of bad management that we're in that situation. It's because of politics.
In Burlington, Vermont, outdoor store owner Mike Donahue says they're doing what they can to entice their northern neighbors to return.
Church Street, which is the pedestrian marketplace, is being renamed through Canada or Canada Street to show our solidarity with our Canadian neighbors.
At Kingdom Trails...
All right, let me lean in here. So, for all my Canadians that watch this video, because I had one Canadian one time sit here and say I was the enemy for just being American. I don't know if it was a joke, but I forgive you. It's okay. I'm not the enemy. You got people who are changing their street to Canada Street to show that love. I mean, hey, America still loves you guys. America loves you guys. Like, they do.
Abby Long has her own idea.
Free Mountain Bike Day, Free Canada Day, where we shout to the rooftops how much we love them and encourage them to come. And if they do choose to come, there'll be a day in their honor, a free day.
Jay Peak offers so-called at-par pricing.
We price, obviously, all of our products in U.S. currency, but we allow Canadians to buy in Canadian currency, so they get the benefit of the exchange.
But all these efforts may not be enough. Canadian Harold White is spending his money elsewhere.
I'm just back from a lovely trip to Spain, and my wife and I went on a 5-hour drive east of Quebec City in the mountains off the St. Lawrence River. It's a trip that we would not necessarily have done if we had gone to the U.S. For our usual vacation.
Canadian Julie Morrison grew up going to Vermont.
My family has owned property in Vermont all my life. I learned to ski in Vermont when I was like 3 years old. We hiked the Long Trail. I mean, it's so beautiful.
And yet her family has now resolved to sell their home there.
The process of selling this property for my entire family has been extremely difficult emotionally. It's almost like we have to mourn this moment.
Back at Hill Farmstead Brewery, Bob Montgomery sympathizes with the Canadian boycott.
We actually admire it.
Really?
To be
Even though it's got an economic blow to your bottom line.
Yeah, absolutely. Our first outreach is we completely understand, and we look forward to you visiting again when you're ready to visit again.
In the meantime, tourist-dependent businesses will just try to ride it out. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm William Brangham in northern Vermont.
So it's definitely unfortunate that you got businesses that have been around for 30, 35 years that can possibly close down due to politics. But what I do see here within this, which I think I could call it a crisis, right? I think it's safe to say that. A crisis within politics that's affecting everyday people in their relationships with each other, people that are neighboring each other. what I can say, the beauty of it is it did show the side of Americans that are just like, in a sense, apologetic. In a sense, yeah. They definitely feel bad. They definitely want to mend that relationship again. The guy at the end even said, when you're ready, when you're ready, like so it's not even like a rush thing. It's not you didn't hear people like spewing out Canada hatred, which, there's a lot of channels out there that they may push it like that in order to cause more division. But within this video, this specific video right here, I definitely didn't see that. And, to see people renaming streets Canada Street, to see people with Canada tattoos, just the connection is too deep. And I don't believe we should ever let politics divide us. But I do understand why Canada is pissed off for sure. And the guy even said he understands them. He's rooting for them, when it's all said and done. But I personally do believe that eventually things will definitely get better. I do. I see that happening. Yeah. And when they do, you best believe it'll be better than before. And I'm sticking to that thought. I'm sticking to that belief. So with that being said, shout out to Canada. Original link in the description. If you enjoy this reaction, definitely don't hesitate to hit that like, that subscribe, that notification bell for more. And I'm going to have to get used to leaning in here. I'm going to have to do something. New mic. Hopefully this was pretty decent. I don't know if I'm going to have to mix some things around, but hopefully the audio wasn't too horrible, guys. But much love to you all.